50 movies in 50 weeks. I'm your host, Joey Hollywood, and I'm trying to get through all 50 movies in this 50 movie box set from Mill Creek in 50 weeks. The movie I watched today was called The Day the Sky Exploded from 1958. So, I'm watching this movie, right? And I'll be honest, I didn't really look at the credits. I was kind of, I was prepping my notes. I have my notes on my phone. I was prepping like the format for it. And as I'm watching the movie, there's a weird familiarity to it, and I couldn't quite place it. Like, it wasn't like I've seen the movie before. It wasn't like that. It was like I recognized something about it. It's like almost like, I'm not sure if anyone else has this. I love movies. I watch a lot of movies. You can tell I'm doing this, exposing myself to more movies. But you can kind of tell one cinematographer apart from another. Like the cinematographer for It Follows. I watched some other movie from a different director, and I just had a gut feeling that it was the same cinematographer from It Follows, and I Googled it, and it was. I had kind of that weird feeling, but I couldn't quite place like why this movie felt so familiar with its use of shadows, its movements. And I Google it, and it says Mario Bava was the cinematographer and ghost director for the film. And maybe this is just my imagination, but when I read that, I love Mario Bava, by the way. Blood and Black Lace is one of my favorite movies. But when I read that, I was like, oh, this movie does visually, in moments, remind me a lot of The Girl Who Knew Too Much, Mario Bava's black and white Hitchcock type movie, which is a far superior movie to this, by the way. But yeah, so I was like, oh wow, I felt really good about myself. Like, ooh, my Italian senses, they were tingling correctly this time. So yeah, that was a pretty fun little thing just to notice. It made me feel good about myself. I'm like, ooh, I may not be able to remember like important things, like I don't know, like doing complex math in my head, but I can tell when one of my favorite directors was apparently a cinematographer on some trash science fiction film. And with that, I guess we'll talk about the movie. The movie opens up with a bunch of news reporters like outside a spaceship that's about to go up into space. There's like a lot of like intrigue, like who's the guy, who's going to be the captain of the ship, and then it's revealed to be some guy that we meet, and he's got tensions with his wife because she doesn't want him to go up, and then I don't know, the whole opening of the movie felt like it was supposed to be going somewhere, but it just was just, I don't know, maybe it's just because I've seen so many of these kind of films, it just felt like okay, let's just get to the movie. That might just be a me thing, especially the way I'm watching these 50 movies in 50 weeks. Sometimes it can take a toll on my ability to enjoy them. But I was just like, all right, let's get to the meat of this movie. At the end of the day, this movie is your standard like Cold War fear of atomic bombs type thing. There's rioting in the streets. I'm probably making it sound worse than it is. It's a fun watch, honestly. It does feel like your standard like mystery science theater fare. I don't believe they did this movie. They're on the spaceship. There's like interpersonal fighting. There's people fighting on Earth. A lot of hysteria. It is a very standard movie of the time. It is something that I feel like you can enjoy with your friends or put on for noise. I don't know. There's not enough meat on the bone. I feel like I maybe jumped the gun with my Mario Bava story because that's kind of the most interesting thing about watching this. But let me see in my notes if there's anything else worth talking about. Yeah, I honestly, I can tell when I'm not really into something because I'll put like very few notes and they're just plot points. Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna say I don't recommend this one because I think it can be fun, but it wasn't like the greatest thing ever. Definitely better than some of the not the last movie. I actually like the last one, but the two before. I would say this was better than the two movies before the last one we talked about. I was a little bit more. I don't want to say I was more engaged with it, but I was watching it. I was like, okay, I was writing my plot points. It didn't feel like a burden like the movie before last, and I could easily follow it, which I can not which I can't say about The Nightmare Never Ends. But yeah, the sky exploded. I'm actually surprised I've never seen this one before, or if I did, I don't remember it. Yeah, that's about it. Mario Bava's awesome. I highly recommend his movies. Watch Blood and Black Lace. It is a fantastic, beautiful, colorful film. If you can, watch it with the Italian dub, not the American dub. Because even though all the characters in the movie are speaking English, the English actors that are dubbing over them are horrible. You see Cameron Mitchell in that movie, and he's got like a British accent. It's very bizarre, and it's very poor. And usually English dubs of Italian movies are superior, but not with that one. Watch the Italian dub. Also, The Girl Who Knew Too Much, which is also known as The Evil Eye, is a lot of fun. Mario Bava in general, specifically his Giallo stuff, is awesome. I love his work. There are times where I think Mario Bava is better than Dario Argento, but those moments are fleeting. But there's times where I'm like, man, I just want to watch Mario Bava movies. But I'm going to stop talking about that. I'll see you next time. Remember, please be kind and rewind.